Hey everyone, Ryan here. I'm in the middle of some neato Florida road, US 19 actually, and I am going to offer my, medium term review of my Klim Carlsbad jacket. I have about 2,000 miles on this jacket now. So I think long enough to know, get to know it. Kind of starting to break in a little bit. It was pretty stiff when I bought it, so figured I'd just start the review now. I really like this jacket. The problem I have with it, so just so we go, saying this off the bat, the problem I have with it is it's a size too big. The reason I bring this up is that I've discovered this problem with Klim where they just don't have a lot of stock of their stuff. And, I went online, I researched it because I was trying to buy a medium jacket. I was actually going to trade this in, exchange this with Klim. They were going to let me exchange it. I bought this from my local dealership, Riders Market in Ormond Beach. They're great. You should go buy a bike from them. I bought it from them. It was like a discount. So that's why I got it. And they didn't have a medium. So I bought a large because I have an airbag vest, and I was like, okay, you always get a size up if you have a non-Alpine Stars, Tech Air ready jacket. So I thought. I bought a large. I rode to North Carolina wearing it. It was really great, but it's clearly too big. And I was like, going online, looking at it, and I realized Klim sells their own airbag vests, which I think is a piece of crap, but it means that their jackets have the expanders in them for airbags. It's like 2 centimeters or whatever it is. And so I was like, oh shoot, I should just trade this in for a medium. So I contacted Klim. They said I could trade it in, but they don't have any mediums in stock. And guess what? Neither does like anyone else. You can get them on eBay for like way over the retail price, probably because they're hard to find. And so I was a little disappointed in Klim that I couldn't just get a medium. So it's a little annoying. They're like, oh yeah, you can exchange it, but we don't have the size. So what's the point? That was a little annoying about Klim. So I'm not so sure I want to be in the Klim ecosystem if that's the case. That's why I don't have a medium right now. I still have a large. So setting that aside, the actual jacket is sick. It's waterproof. There's a million zippers. They're all two-way zippers, so you can size the sleeve to cinch up on your wrist, or you can make it nice and big. And it has this little mesh in here, so if you open it up, then you'll get some airflow. Okay, so the waterproof liner is built in, and there's little vents here which give you a little bit of airflow. Other reviews always bring up the lack of ventilation with a laminated jacket. And I know that's true, but in my case, that's completely irrelevant because I just wear a summer jacket. I know I live in Florida, meaning summers are really brutal. So I couldn't wear this in the summer even if I wanted to. But other reviews seem to indicate that in other climates, I'm sure if you're in Maine or something, you can wear this in the summer and it's like, oh, lack of ventilation, you unzip it or whatever. But my logic has always been, why pretend that you can wear one jacket for every season? Just wear a summer jacket. Summer is hot, summer is sunny. You really need ventilation, like more than anything. So I wear a specific summer jacket. That means that I don't care at all about the ventilation on this thing. I only wear this when it drops below a certain temperature. Honestly, it's probably like 80 degrees, because when you're riding in 80 degrees, which I am now actually, that's really funny coincidence. It just feels cool enough where the ventilation is fine. And again, I wear an airbag vest under my jacket, which does not ventilate very well whatsoever. I have a Tech Air 5 Plasma under this thing. So anyway, the point is the ventilation might be lacking, but it doesn't bother me at all because I do not wear this in the summer. So I think the ventilation is fine. I just unzip all these little openings here, you know, on the sleeves. I unzip them here. There's little exhaust vents in the back. I zip the main one down a little bit. I'm good. So the waterproof liner is great. I absolutely love, when it starts to rain, I just zip up these parts of my jacket and I don't even have to stop my bike. I also have I have waterproof pants. I bought from Cycle Gear one time because I ripped my pants on a ride from North Carolina, like SpongeBob SquarePants, and I just had to stop at a Cycle Gear and get whatever they had. So they had these Logan React Air pants. So anyway, my pants are waterproof. My boots are Gore-Tex, and my jacket is now waterproof. So when it starts raining, I don't even get off my bike. I just zip, 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 and just keep going. I love it. It feels like a superpower, especially when you're with a group and everyone needs to pull over and put their rain gear on. It's just really funny being like, okay, whatever you guys are ready. I would much prefer the waterproofing over ventilation. So that's my math there. There's a million pockets, which is great because, you know, I buy I have like different batteries. I have batteries for charging my phone, charging my cameras, you know, charging someone else's phone if they're stupid, they don't have their own battery. So I like having these different pockets everywhere, inside and out, because I can just throw a little slim battery in there, and then if I need to charge, I just take it out and I clip it on my phone. The reason I do that is because I just stick batteries in all my jackets. Instead of having one battery, I got to move every time I switch a jacket. Especially this time of year, it's October right now, so the heat, you might have a day that's 85, 90, and then you might have a day that's 70 here in Florida. So it's good to have multiple batteries in each jacket because I'm going to be switching jackets like by the day. So anyway, it's nice to have these little pockets everywhere. You can put your registration in one, your insurance in one. You know, you throw a battery in here. I have my GoPro battery down here in this other one. There's like a top secret zip pocket. I'm sure people put like handguns in these. Some of the pockets look big enough like they're for a gun, if that's your thing. For Krista's sake, there is a double zipper. This is a double zipper. It's really awesome because she has really wide hips, and so she can unzip the bottom. She doesn't have this jacket, but she tried it on. She can unzip the bottom, and it can just naturally go over her hips while still maintaining a tight cut on the top. So that was something very excellent. Now, I like the double zipper because when I'm sitting on my bike, I can you know, unzip the bottom, and then obviously it just spreads out with my legs in the seated position. It has a little zip with a medical card in the sleeve, which I think is really cool. And again, supposedly this jacket is airbag ready, which matters to me because I don't leave my house without my airbag vest on. The protection is pretty good. I'm not going to talk about the ratings or whatever because you guys can figure that out on your own. There's more videos that talk about the ratings much better than I could. I know the abrasion resistance is really high, which is what I care about. It came with D30 foam in the back plate, shoulders, and elbows. I took the back plate out because I have an airbag vest. I actually gave it to my friend, which was nice for him. But yeah, I think the abrasion, the protection is pretty good. There's a lot of nice touches, like all the parts that touch your skin have a soft layer over it, so it doesn't abrade. I know a lot of jackets and companies do that, so I know this isn't unique, but it's just a nice touch. Anytime I see that in a jacket, it just shows that it's not like just a wearing around jacket that somebody put some armor in, and sprayed with an abrasion coating just to sell something cheap on Amazon. So it's a nice touch. It has clips beside the collar, so you can open the collars and clip them. That's always a nice touch. I like when people do that. I like when manufacturers do that. So it's just a really well thought out jacket. The price. This jacket is extremely expensive. I think it's like $700 or $800. The reason I bought this was because it was like 30% off. My dealership was having a clear out sale or whatever, the sidewalk sale or something. So it ended up being like $500, which is still a ton of money. I was kind of 50-50. I didn't really need a jacket. But, well, sorry, I needed a 3-season jacket, those seasons being fall, winter, and spring in Florida. But I didn't need it at the time. This was a couple months ago in the summer. But I was like, you know, I'll buy it. I put it on like a four payment plan. So that made it a little easier. You know, buy now, pay later, whatever. I like doing those because I don't like loans, but I think buy now, pay later is fine because it's just a debit withdrawal. So you're still on the hook, and it's frequent enough where you don't forget about it. But anyway, that's why I walked out of the store with this thing. So yeah, the two questions are, is the jacket worth the price? And the second question is, do I ride in a way that requires an $800 motorcycle jacket? So question one is this an $800 jacket? I don't think so. I think the same with Alpenstars. I love Alpenstars. Almost everything I have is Alpenstars or Alpine Stars. I don't know how you say it. But they have these, like, same with Klim. It's like they price match these jackets in a certain range. Like, oh, this is a budget adventure jacket. This is a mid-range adventure jacket. This is a, you know, high tier adventure jacket. This is a top tier adventure jacket, and they're all like around the same price. You know, I know other manufacturers do this too, like Revit. And so I think all of those prices are too much. I really feel like motorcycle riders get gouged when they, you know, get into a certain category. I know Harley does this. They put their Harley branding on something and then they double the price. But this is different. This is like, oh, we have this adventure jacket. It's got these features and it's $1 zillion fucking dollars. But then there's this thing where it's like you look at every video, and honestly, you're looking at this video too, and you see a rider wearing a jacket and you think like, oh, he looks cool. It's saying good things about it. Like, just gets in your head. You know, this is like branding 101 and advertising 101. So I just want to point out that I think all of this stuff is way too expensive. So that being said, question one, I think this jacket's overpriced, but I also think every jacket in this category is overpriced. You see like that 800 number with Alpine Stars. You know, you see like the 500 number with like the Andes. The Klim has like their $500 adventure jacket. So I think they're all just fucking overpriced. So that's my opinion, man. That's question one. Question two is, was it worth it for me? The answer was kind of. I say kind of because if I didn't have the option to put it on a short payment plan, I probably wouldn't have bought it just because I wasn't ready to drop $500 or more on a jacket. Remember, I got this at a discount, so I was able to get a payment plan, and it made it a little less painful to suddenly drop $500-600 on a jacket I really didn't need at the moment. But anyway, I got it. I kind of had room in my life for it, and then I immediately went on a trip to North Carolina with it. So it ended up being worth it. Had I worn my summer, at the time I only had a summer jacket that I love, but had I worn that, then I would have had to pull over for rain gear. I would have had to wear some extra underlayers because it got a little chilly, and you know, it just would have been a little bit of a mess. So this is this jacket is truly great for being able to handle most, you know, reasonable riding situations, you know, without getting off your bike. So if it was something I kind of needed, and because I could get it at that discount and because I could pay for that discount on a payment plan, I decided, yes, it was something that I needed in my life. So I feel happy with this purchase. It's worth it. I think the jacket is mostly good in every category. I don't really find a lot of annoying things. It's actually pretty stiff, but I mean, I don't really know if that's common with jackets like these, but I really like it. I would say I give it a 4 out of 5 just because it's overpriced, even though, again, full transparency, I did not pay the price that they're listed for. So yeah, I would say a 4 out of 5. And the final thing is, I didn't get this jacket for free. I got the reason I got a discount is because all their stuff was discounted. It wasn't so I could review it or whatever. So that doesn't really weigh into my review. I don't do affiliate links because I think they're weird. So it's just literally just what I think about this jacket based on my own experience without any outside influences. So Hope you enjoyed. Hope this video brought some worth to your decision making about these adventure jackets. Any follow-up questions, you can put them in the comment section. And thank you for watching. I hope you all have a good day.